When I first started my business, I thought I needed a consultant to tell me what to do. But what I really needed was someone to help me think differently so that I could make better decisions on my own. That's the difference between a consultant and a coach. So today I just want to articulate the difference. You might be sitting there thinking like, I've never really thought about the difference. Or maybe you have thought about the difference, but you're wondering which would be more valuable to help you with your business challenge, your strategy, your goals, whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish. So they're basically I'm going to highlight just three main differences that you see between coaching and consulting. And of course, there's a lot more, but these are three of the top differences. The first is who has the answers? So when you hire a consultant, part of what you're hiring is an expert and someone who has the answers. And they're going to come in and diagnose the issue and provide solutions and a framework based on that expertise. A coach, on the other hand, holds the client as the expert. And so who has the answers? The client has the answers. You do. A coach believes that the best person to solve the problem is the client. And so by asking powerful questions, exploring different perspectives, maybe leaning into what would happen in a worst case scenario if you chose that option? What's the best case scenario? I noticed that you sort of, get a little more tense or you shut down a little bit as we were exploring that one. And your energy went up in this one. A coach does not have any emotional attachment to the decision and the answers that the client makes. So, for example, if you are looking at your team dynamics and your org chart, you might hire a consultant to come in and redesign the org chart, whereas you might hire a coach to help you think through and discover how you might lead the team more effectively. Second difference is what's the goal? So when you think about consulting, and I'm a huge fan of both. Let me just be clear. I'm not advocating for one or the other, and I have hired consultants in the past and I have hired coaches in the past. Our firm, we do both coaching and consulting. So I just want to really articulate the difference so that you can choose consciously what you need in the right time. So when you look at the goal of consulting, that's generally going to be more transactional. You're going to hire a consultant to come in, be the expert, solve a problem, fix an issue. That's what you're asking for from that consultant. Whereas when you're hiring a coach, the goal is much more transformational. So a coach is going to help you uncover maybe your blind spots, recognize some of the saboteurs or trash talk that might be holding you back, looking at your patterns and long-term habits and how you can create different patterns and habits for longer term success. So a consultant, if we get an example, might analyze why your sales numbers are down, whereas a coach might help you to define what's needed to get those numbers up. And the third question is, how long's the impact? Now, this, again, I'm overly simplifying this, but typically you hire a consultant to come in and just have a short-term fix. You get a plan, you get a strategy, the consultant comes in, and once they leave, then that execution is up to you. And a lot of times that's what we notice when we're doing consulting is that's often where the wheels come off, either because you're not invested in that plan or you don't have the accountability to execute it. Whereas with coaching, the impact is designed for long-term growth. You develop new thinking patterns and behaviors that last because the coach is working with you to explore what's getting in the way, what's going to work best for you, and where do you need to build in and design some support and accountability. So an example on that front might be a consultant gives you a weight loss plan and says, here's what you need to do based on your current height, weight, activity level. Whereas a coach might come in and help you build the mindset and habits and have accountability to stay fit for life. What I want to articulate clearly is that both have value. So it's a matter of consciously choosing, do you want more of a solution and an expert, or do you want more growth and new insights and awareness where you are the expert? So, as always, I'm going to invite you to engage your core. And your Thoughtfully Fit workout is if you're thinking about getting some support, I want you to pause and just reflect on those questions and think about what is it that I'm looking for? And then act by consciously choosing a coach or a consultant. And if you want to know more and you're curious, reach out to us. We'd love to answer your questions and help you decide what resource is going to be most valuable. I'm Darcy Luoma, and I appreciate you joining me for this Thoughtfully Fit Thursday. Thank you so much.